Hello everyone, it's Taryn. Welcome back. As you can see here, we are in full homeschool planning mode. I'm a little bit later this year than normal, but such is life, right? So today I'm going to be sharing with you the Simplified Homeschool Planner and taking you inside to show you what I'm using for my homeschool planner this year, so stay tuned. All right, so homeschool planning, one of our favorite things to do, right? I do actually love it, and I'm sure a lot of homeschool moms are right there with me, right? Let me know in the comments if you're crazy about planning just like I am. I love all the planning things. I love the school supplies, the planners, the books, getting the curriculum in the mail. I just love it. I love the planning. So anyway, this is my homeschool planner. It's called the Simplified Homeschool Planner. It is simple, but I like it. So this is the front cover. It is a printable planner, so you'll get it PDF and you can print it out. It is undated, so you can use it year after year. There's lots of printables in here that you can use for multiple children. So like if you have, I have 7 kids, so I can print out 1 page per kid if needed. I can print out 1 page and use it for all of them. So you'll see as we get in here what I'm talking about. And I just want to let you know, I apologize ahead of time if there's any bugs that fly in my video, because if you missed my announcement, go check that out. I will leave a link for you, but we are kind of outside all the time now. So I am outside filming this, so go check out that announcement and you will understand my life lately. Alright, so let's dig into the planner. So as you can see, we have a bright front cover. I just got a very cheap, I think this is a 1-inch binder from Walmart. Nothing fancy here, but this will fit my binder this year and anything else that I want to put in it. So there's plenty of space in a 1-inch, I think. So here's your front cover. This is the only thing that is dated 2018, 2019. The rest of the planner is undated, so you can use it year after year, and you can use it for as many kids as you would like I said. So I just put a very cheap pencil pouch in here, and I have some pens in here, and I'll probably be adding some stickers like I normally do, and some Post-its in here. And yes, I do color code my kids. This year I have 7 kids, but this year I have a 9th grader, a 7th grader, and those 2 to say out loud, that's just crazy. But then a 4th grader, 2nd grader, kindergartner, and preschooler, and I will have a baby. I do have a baby. So even though the kindergartner and the preschooler, I'm not really keeping track of them, I have a color for them just so they don't feel left out, you know? So then we have the inside cover, and it just says, this planner belongs to in the year. And then our mission. So you can write in your family mission, maybe a statement of faith here, family verses, or rules. And then your goals. I always write out yearly goals. I also like to write out monthly goals. Personally, sometimes I write out weekly goals, and then, quarterly, or I don't know, every once in a while, I like to go back and check, especially these annual goals and even the monthly goals, at the end of the month. But I like to go back and check and kind of see how I'm doing in relation to the goals that I set, just to kind of give myself checkpoints throughout the year. So there's homeschool goals, spiritual, health, and family. And then we've got these 2 pages for the year at a glance here. Goes for the academic year, July through June. And you can write the year at the top. And I use these to just keep track of birthdays, maybe projects that we have, maybe field trips that we know we're doing, special events, big things like that. So I can just have a year at a glance when I'm planning out my month. Alright, and next, these 2 pages are to plan out your curriculum, obviously. So on the left-hand side, we've got the curriculum plan, and you can write the year at almost the top of every page, I believe. So you've got subject, curriculum, where, cost, and received. So I like to use this page when I'm planning out what curriculum that I'd like to use. So I know sometimes as homeschool moms, we want all the curriculum, but it's not really practical. Some we have on hand, some we need to order, some is just crazy ideas, right? So I keep track of this so that I know what I truly need to order and, the cost, because I like to budget each year. So this just helps me stay grounded, I think. So I put the subject, what the curriculum is, where I have it, whether it's, where I need to get it, whether it's a website or a store or a friend or something like that, the cost to me, and if I have it, like if I received it when I order it. And then once I plan out my curriculum, then I can go over here to the resources page, and this is the curriculum that I'm actually using this year. So subject, name, and the year. So this helps me to keep track of the curriculum that I'm actually using per child. And then we've got a digital resources page. So especially nowadays, so many people are using digital resources, whether it is completely online curriculum or websites, memberships, things like that. I know for us, we're using quite a few things online this year. So this is just a good place to record what we're using and what I have. So I just put the title, the subject, some go by level instead of grade, where I have it. So that may be in a folder on my computer, that may be Google Drive, that may be membership site where I have to log in. And then I put stored in case I have some digital curriculum that I may have printed previously and I've stored like in a bin or something like that. Okay, the next page is stuck, but to plan out the year, this is different obviously from the year at a glance. So this is where I do the basic yearly planning, and I'm going to have a separate video on this, so I won't go into it too much, but you can keep track of the days and the weeks for each month, and then the days in the week for the year, and you can kind of plan out when you're going to do school, when you're not, when your quarters are, semesters are. Next page is a weekly schedule, and I have a blog post where I talk about exactly how I make our family schedule and each of my kids' schedules. So yes, we do schedule, but we don't schedule in like a crazy way. You do see time here, and then the days of the week. Each of my kids have one of these schedules, and I do put the times, except I'm not super strict on the times. We try to start school around 9, so I put 9 on their schedules, but honestly we start at 9:30, we start at 10, sometimes it's 11, sometimes it might be 8:45, not often, but So I do put times because I think it's important for them to realize they can't spend 2 hours on a math paper, or if I give them 20 minutes to do something and they're spending 45 minutes, they're going to miss out on something fun that might be scheduled later in the day. So they need to learn some time management. I use it more of a routine, just so they can kind of see what comes next and keep themselves on task instead of always asking me, what's next, Mom? What's next, Mom? How much time do I have? So even though I'm not super strict on the time, and for the most part we just follow this as a routine, I do like to have the time there just to teach time management. So if you want to leave that blank, feel free. Then these next pages are very basic. School supplies on one side, if you want to keep track of school supplies that you need to buy, and you can just take this out and bring it to the store. That is helpful. And then photocopy and laminate. This I use especially during the summer, and even like in January-ish, when we're kind of starting a new semester almost. I tend to have a lot that I need to photocopy or laminate. In the past years, there's been a ton when I've used like some preschool curriculum from Confessions of a Homeschooler. There's been a ton. So I found I was just kind of getting lost in what I had to do. So I made a sheet so I can keep track of everything I have to photocopy and laminate. So, if I have a curriculum that I'm using maybe for all my girls, but I know I have to photocopy certain pages, then that is a handy place to write them down so I know. and I love check boxes. Next is a unit study planner. I'm not doing a ton of unit studies that I myself need to plan this year, but I wanted to include this anyway in case you are planning one out for yourself. You've got a vocab list, unit study name and the dates you're doing it, curriculum, resources, what you have on hand, books you're using, if you need to purchase anything, trips you're making, and notes. Okay, lesson plans. We've got months that you can write in. Like I said, it's undated. And then the meat of a planner, right? Lesson plans, week of. So the blue on the left is for your subjects. You can just write those in. There's 7 subjects for you, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then a section for prep. I like to put what I might need to prepare for next week, if I need to get any supplies for a science project we're doing next week, or books from the library or something like that. And then I have a note section. Maybe I will write down what read-alouds we're working on, or I don't know, something that one of my kids needs extra help on, or field trip, whatever notes I have for the week. And then the last section is record keeping. And we've got website information, because my brain doesn't always keep that information, right? Website, your login information, and your password. Reading logs, date, title, minutes, and if they're done. So I will print one of these out for each of my children and keep track of the books that they've read. Sometimes in the summer, I really don't keep track of minutes, but sometimes in the summer, places around us have the summer reading programs, and they want minutes. So that's why that's in here. We don't actually really keep track of minutes. Extracurricular activities. This is so we don't overschedule our family. We have a large family. We're a family of 9. Not everybody is school age, but I don't want to overschedule our family, and I want to make sure that things, kind of line up properly and that they're fair. I mean, granted, my older kids are going to naturally do more than my younger kids, but I still want to make sure that we're not overscheduling each child, and we're not overscheduling our family. So I'll keep track of what we hope for them to sign up for, and the day and the time, just so I can make sure it works out for our family. And then a place to keep track of field trips. I tend to write field trips after the fact, and I keep more of a record, but some people like to do it ahead of time. And then you've got grades here, blank, so you can print out one of these per child and keep track of, math, history, science, and whatnot. Or what I'm probably going to do, since I don't keep track of a ton of grades, is I'm going to just write the year and the subject down the left-hand column, and then the names of 4 of my students in the other columns, and just keep track of their grades that way. And then, of course, attendance. So you've got the months throughout the year. I keep track of attendance all together. I mean, really, realistically, if one of my kids is in the school, the rest of them are. It's not very often that it doesn't work out that way. So I just put a check mark if we've done school for the day. And then at the bottom, you can keep track of the totals for the month. And then a to-do list page. I print out a bunch of these just because I love to-do lists and marking things off. And then notes, which doesn't have the check marks, but just note pages, so you can print out as many as you want there too. And then that's it. That's the end of the planner. There is a back cover that I just didn't print out. So then I just have 4 folders in here. And if you saw a video that I did last year on our work, I have a work folder for each of my kids. So I hand out, this year is going to be a little bit different, and you'll see in my curriculum videos, but I hand out their work on one side of the folder, and then when they complete it, they put it on the other side of the folder, and they hand it back to me so that I can correct it and put it away and get it ready for the next day. And then I will also have a section for morning time in here, where I keep our hymns and our songs and memory work, scripture, any poetry we're memorizing and things like that. I just haven't quite gotten that organized yet. So I hope this was helpful for you. I will leave a link to this Simplified Planner down below for you. It is super reasonable as far as price, and you can use it year after year. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. Let me know when you are starting school this year. I'm so anxious to see. We plan on starting, usually we start towards the beginning of August, but it's probably going to be like mid to almost late August this year. But we'll see. That's how life is. And don't forget, I will be doing more homeschool videos, and especially one on how I'm planning out our homeschool year. So make sure you subscribe and hit the like button here. And you can get notified of all my future homeschool videos. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.